everyone, welcome to the session. How is everyone doing today? Hello, good evening guys. Welcome to the session. कैसे हो आप सब? I hope all of you are doing good. Yes, welcome to the session. So guys, today's session is an important session. The reason why it's important is I'm going to take up your doubts. I'm going to address your doubts when it comes to the VRC preparation. क्या strategy होनी चाहिए, क्या preparation model होना चाहिए. I'm going to focus on all of these aspects. At the same time, we're going to take up some of CAT's toughest RC passages. Okay, because that's very important that you go through PYQs. And when I say PYQs, what students focus on is just probably the last 2 or 3 years papers, but that's not enough. You need to focus on important previous year questions, and a lot of you have been telling me कि ma'am dense passages में problem होते हैं. There are passages which are heavy on vocabulary. There are passages which are lengthy, which are abstract in nature. How do we solve those? So all of that will be discussed, and that's why I started this series also of toughest RC passages. Hi Rahul, welcome to the session. Naman, hello Nikhil, how are you? Hi Priyanshu, hello. Namaste Rhythm, कैसे हो आप? Hi Gautam. Hello Kashish, welcome to the session. Hi Mahi. Hello Amit. Okay, so Amit, have you gone through the VRC para-jumble concepts that I have discussed? Yes, Ritu. Good evening, Pratham. क्या बात है? आज तो आप तो regular बन गए हो sessions में. Hi Shekhawat. Hello Ansh. Akshat. Yes, very good. Thank you so much. And सिर्फ class में नहीं बताना है, बाकियों को भी बताना है. Those who are taking the subscription. Hi Pratibha. Welcome to the session. Why don't you tell me at the end of it, Rahul? Hi Shubham, hello, Namaste Trips, hi Sahil, good evening Monu, hi Pallavi, hello, thank you Kashish. So guys, let's get started. Hi Anubha, welcome to the session today. All of you seem really excited. Okay, so Amit, last month, I did two very important sessions, workshops actually, where I took you through all the important concepts of para jumbles, odd one out, para summary, author's position, critical reasoning. So we've spent almost an hour and a half discussing the concept of para jumbles. So I want you to make sure that you watch that video. So you will find that video on my Telegram channel, which is Unacademy @Ritu Dhudhoria. Sorry, Unacademy _ Ritu Dhudhoria. Okay, my name. So you will find that on my Telegram channel. Definitely dekhna. If I'm not wrong, those sessions were taken about 25th, 26th August. Okay, you will also find it in the playlist. Are Himanshu, how are you? So good to see you. I'm doing well. Hi Himanshu, how are you? बहुत दिनों बाद. Hi Navya. So Shekhawat, again, Sachin, I want you to go through para jumbles mein. We've discussed logically and language wise how to build subsets. But guys, it's very important that if you're facing these troubles, चाहे वो subsets बनाना हो, चाहे वो link करना हो, it's because either language clues नहीं मिल रहे आपको, logical clues नहीं मिल रहे, you're working with your existing knowledge, आप guidelines go through नहीं किए हो, तो I want you to make sure guys कि आप लोग वो video देखो. Okay, which is the concept video, and I want all of you to be a part of the plus batch which is ongoing. So I have this plus batch which is ongoing, which is a revision batch. There's a PYQ batch, okay, which is going to start on the 19th of September. Currently, the batch we're going through is the Game Changers batch, where I'm taking you through all the important concepts and we're discussing really tough sets. Please make sure that you join the special classes as well. I want all of you to apply the code Ritu MBA guys. अभी तो आपको 20% off भी मिल रहा है. Okay, hi Sakshi, hello Rahul, hi Ruchika. So guys, again 20, of course Naman, I will. I'm so sorry you've been asking me this for a long time. But Naman, did you solve those sectionals that I posted on the group? About 5 sectionals. Done Himanshu. I will reply. आप एक बार वापस करो, I will reply. Acha. So guys, please make sure that all of you apply the code Ritu MBA. Yes, Parth, I will share it on the Telegram group once again. So make sure that you're part of the Telegram group. It's Unacademy _ Ritu Dudhoria. Hi Prisha, hello Rahul, hi Shifa. So guys, subscription, see it's very important. अगर आप CAT 2022 के लिए aim कर रहे हो, तो even if you go for the 3-month subscription, you'll be able to cover all the concepts, PYQs, revision, strategy session, GDPI sessions, preparation for omits. Okay, so trust me, GK ka preparation, trust me, it's a win-win combination. You have to apply the code Ritu MBA and take the subscription. Once you apply the code Ritu MBA, you will get 20% off. Okay, see here, you get 20%. Usually 10% रहता है, but it's a limited period offer on the application of the code. So jaldi se subscribe karo. It's not yet created, Prisha. I'll talk to the team about it. Hello, Mrinal. About in the exam, Rahul, about 15 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes. Oh wow, Sahil, I'm so happy. This made my day. This made my day. Thank you so much, Sahil. Honestly, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Okay. So guys, plus and iconic subscription पे. Hello Chirag. दोनों पे आपको 20% off मिल रहा है. Just apply the code Ritu MBA. You get all the features possible. You get all the help possible. Notes, doubt solving, best educators across the country. And hopefully one of the passages which I teach will come in the CAT examination. Okay. Right. So guys, jaldi se subscription लो. Are so sweet, Rahul. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so all of you pumped up? Shall we get started? Yes. Pratham, you have not praised me yet. What is this? Yes, Suman. See, if you're not able to focus, that's possibly because you don't have, you don't know what's at stake, right? Another year's preparation is at stake. CAT is such a crucial examination. It's a ticket that could make or break your life. Your life is good, but set ho jati hai, guys, if you study from premier institutions. At least it gives you that start or that boost that you need. Or you've not started giving mocks yet, Sumant. If you've not started giving mocks yet, you will not know कि आप बाकियों से कितने पीछे हो. तो तब वो मोटिवेशन आता है कि और इम्प्रूव करो. अरे नमन, वो मेरे स्पेक्स पावर वाले नहीं थे. Those were just blue cut lens. I actually don't have power. Fingers crossed. नहीं है प्रियांशु, एक्चुअली सबसे इजीएस्ट सेक्शन है. बस आपको रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस करनी है और मेरे सेशंस अटेंड करना है. हेलो दिया, वेलकम टू द सेशन. सी शिवेश, बढ़ाने के लिए मार्क्स, आर यू अटेंडिंग रेगुलर क्लासेस? सिर्फ आप खुद के स्ट्रैटेजी से वर्क करोगे, then you're not improving. Right, you have to skim and scan, you have to learn how to summarize, you have to learn traditional reading, you have to learn sectional reading, you have to learn to be fluid, you have to go through the PYQs, you have to give mocks, उसको ठीक से analyze करना है. ठीक है, फिर हमको strategy sessions attend करने हैं, regular practice चाहिए, good level of questions चाहिए. See, I'll tell you one very important mistake that most of you make. Nobody realizes this. आपको लगता है कि आप घंटों घंटों प्रिपेयर करते हो, आपको लगता है मैं घंटों घंटों आरसी करता रहता हूँ या पैरा जम्बल्स करता रहता हूँ, फिर भी मेरे को मॉक्स में एक्यूरेसी क्यों नहीं आ रही है? बिकॉज यू आर नॉट डूइंग द राइट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. अगर आप बहुत इजी यूजुअली क्या होता है, बहुत इजी क्वेश्चंस करा देते हैं क्लास में, या बहुत इजी पैसेजेस करा देते हैं, या सिंपल सिंपल क्राउड पुल करने के लिए सिंपल सिंपल हो जाता है. बट फिर जब आप मॉक्स में जाते हो, रियल एग्जाम में जाते हो, तो आपको बहुत दिक्कत होती है. So my funda is different. I will take you through tough passages or CAT level passages. My goal is my classes should look difficult to you, but the exam should look easy. ठीक है, तो वो that is my strategy. So the problem that you might be facing, Shivesh, is also because you're not doing the right type of questions. That's also very important. Don't get demotivated. Sumant, continue giving. क्यों demotivate होना है? You should take it positively कि अब इतना improve करना है मेरे को. आप मॉक स्कोर से डिमोटिवेट हो जाओगे, जब कैट स्कोर आएगा तब क्या होगा? मॉक स्कोर से डिमोटिवेट नहीं होना है. इफ यू डोंट वांट टू रिग्रेट योर कैट स्कोर, देन मॉक्स देते रहो. भले 10% आए, 20% आए, 30% आए, इंप्रूव करते जाओ, स्ट्रैटेजी चेंज करते जाओ, कीप ट्राइंग. डन मानो. So Priyanshu, that difference comes in if you're giving different, आप different types of mocks दे रहे हो. You get my point. Different places से आप mocks दे रहे हो, तो inconsistency आएगी. If you're giving it a different time of the day, inconsistency आएगी. आपका energy level पे inconsistency आएगी. When there's a difference in the type of questions, inconsistency आएगी. An easy mock you might get a hard score, a difficult mock you might get a bad score. That means you're not doing the right type of questions when you practice. Chirag, attend sessions. Daily sessions. Guys, why don't you take the plus subscription? Why aren't you a part of the batch? That's my question. यू रियलाइजिंग कि आरसी सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे हो, जंबल सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे हो, फिर आप बैच का पार्ट क्यों नहीं हो? You can't afford to give the CAT exam again and again, guys. Akriti, take up, join a batch and prepare from the batch. Gautam, Unacademy learning app. Vishal, watch the concept video. Guys, please watch the playlist. Please be regular in the sessions at 5 p.m. We do para jumbles, we do odd one out, we do RCs. You're giving me such general doubts कि para jumbles नहीं हो रहे, RC नहीं हो रहे. Guys, उसके लिए आपको concepts जानने पड़ेंगे ना. You have to solve the right type of questions. You have to build subsets. You have to ask your doubts. Now, ask your doubts मतलब ये नहीं कि मैम para jumble नहीं हो रहे, RC नहीं हो रहे. Post that para jumble in class जो नहीं हो रहा है. I will solve it. You will understand where you're going wrong. Now, if I give you a if you ask me a general question, general solution, how will I diagnose your problem? Now, I don't know where you're going wrong. Is it because you can't read passages properly? You're taking a lot of time to read. You're not focusing on the question stem. Your critical reasoning is not strong. You're not practicing enough passages. You're not practicing good level of passages. Para jumbles में दिक्कत आ रही है. You don't know the language indicators. You do not know how to select the opener. You cannot build subsets. Where is the problem coming? To diagnose that, I need to see the questions that you're going wrong in. So post them. Every fourth session in a plus batch is a doubt solving session. Post it. Post it in the special classes. Good, Rahul. But आपका evening slot आ गया तो आप क्या करोगे? Naman, post it in the special class. Naman, I told you ना कि मेरे को उसका PDF भेजो या Word document में भेजो. I will take it up in the next class. You can post it in the next class. Of course, Priyanshu, many articles are taken from that. Hello, tension मत लो, ऋतु मैम है तो I am पक्का है. Hello, good to see you. कौन है ये, by the way? It's a mystery. I want to know. I think it's Pratham or Devanshu. Not Devanshu. I don't know. Who is it? So Vishal, you have to compare the difference between the two options. You watched my toughest RC video, last video, जो Monday का video था. You have to compare the difference between the two options. You have to see which is relevant to the passage and you have to see which is relevant to the question. That's very important. Relevant to the question बहुत लोग नहीं देखते हैं. Watch the previous video. Monday वाला 5 PM का video एक बार देखो. Jubraj, follow regularly, attend the RC batch, attend the RC course. Trust me, you will improve. Done, Naman. You sent it to me. I didn't see. I'm so sorry. एक बार वापस भेज दो. I will say, हाँ, send it again. हाँ Rahul, I meant morning आप देते हो, but if you get the afternoon slot or the evening slot, then what will you do? So once the slot is declared, then you start giving it at that time frame to regularize yourself in that. Okay, Sumant, so basically you're not able to build subsets. So watch the concept video, but I would seriously recommend you that you be a part of the Game Changers batch. It's a random allotment, Mahi. आपके बेस्ट स्टूडेंट है मैम. अरे वाह. It does, Jubraj. It matters. Because you know everyone's productivity level is different and you might have been trying it, and also what happens is ki I feel slot 2 and slot 3 has a little bit of an advantage. They go in better prepared, they know the format, they know the mix of questions, but they're also slightly at a disadvantage because they'll have preset expectations as well. और maybe afternoon slot में किसी किसी को नींद आती है प्रथम, right? Evening slot में, so that depends, your productivity might vary. अरे वाह दिया. But I think you've prepared well enough. Acha, done, Rahul. If they do it now, then you connect me to them. I want to know why did they listen to you. Are so sweet. Yeah, that can affect Rahul. Once your slot is declared, you should change that. Sakshi, do you go through articles daily? See, Jubraj, your reading is sorted, but is your critical reasoning sorted? Have you been going through a lot of critical reasoning? Do you know what type of critical reasoning questions come in? Have you solved PYQs? When you sit to solve RCs, are you doing 4 RCs at one time? If you just do 1 RC, 2 RCs, that's not enough. Do you do 4 RCs at a go? Is your critical reasoning strong? Do you solve critical reasoning questions? Then you should go through critical reasoning, Jubraj. That's very important. Go through my critical reasoning series, go through my critical reasoning course. I've done a course of 200 plus critical reasoning questions. Go through that. Good, good, Naman. Arey Vadia, what was the result? Yes, Priyanshu, all the kind of questions that you get in RC are critical reasoning questions. So you need to know what is an assumption, inference, how are they different, what's the conclusion, strengthen, weaken. So many questions have come from strengthening and weakening of argument. Naman, download the lecture notes. I mean, download the PDFs that I upload. Previous year question papers. The material that I shared. I think you were a part of the Plus batch, right? So Prateek, you have to focus, you have to understand where you're going wrong. When you analyze your RCs, are you understanding where you're going wrong? Is it because you don't comprehend the passage? Is it because you don't understand the question stem? Where does the problem lie? Good, Naman. Done. Okay, Amit, we're going to take up a previous year CAT paper. Viswajit, you are asking for a very vocabulary made easy. That's your problem to all vocabulary woes. Vocabulary made easy. This is a series that I've conducted 3 to 4 times in a year. Just go through the latest series. You will find the playlist on the channel and just watch it. It's called Vocabulary Made Easy. Yes, let's start the session. Done, Sumant. But are you part of the Plus batch? I posted for the Plus students. Yes, Dhananjay. Okay, let's put a let's start with a passage, guys. I'll post some sectionals on the group for even non-plus students, but guys, seriously consider being a part of the batch. Okay, let's start with this, guys. This was again one of the toughest passages which came in the VARC section of a previous year CAT paper. Okay, now I will not, some of you might guess the year, some of you might Google the content to understand the year, but I'm not going to reveal it now. Rahul, you are a kalakar. I must tell you, you're a kalakar. Try and aim for about 35, Priyanshu. Take up a batch, Pallavi. Are you on plus? Okay. Hi, Kartikeya. Okay, let's have a look at this, guys. This was one of the toughest RC passages which came in. It was a very dry passage, very abstract idea, not a day-to-day life passage, not something that we would like to read. Yes, it was a compliment, Rahul. It was a left-handed compliment. Okay, let's start with this. That's because of the interface, Naman. It's because of the pressure. It's because of the time. Give more marks and you'll get used to it. Try and solve about 12, Jubraj. 10 to 12. Left-handed compliment is, Rahul, next time if you ask someone, how am I looking today? And they say for the first time in your life, you're looking good. तो आप समझ जाना. Okay. Right, let's come to the questions, guys. A just society as conceptualized in the passage can be best described as. You need to understand the idea of a just society as given in the passage. You need to apply that knowledge and answer this question. Okay, it's a specific inference question, but it could be spread out across the passage. The original agreement or original passage in the or position in the passage has been used by the author as. Again, it's a specific inference question. Which of the following best illustrates the situation that is equivalent to choosing? Now, all you critical reasoning students of mine, what type of a question is this? Which of the following best illustrates the situation that is equivalent to choosing the principles of justice behind a veil of ignorance? Come on. Pratham, if Ritu ma'am is cat is possible is really you, then this just now what reply you have given na, I'll be really concerned about you. I didn't get your question, Naman. I didn't get your question. Around 16, Sakshi, try for 16. You're talking about the time. 20 at 12. 20 at 12 is ideal, Naman. Okay. Nay, Priyanshu, guys, this is a parallel reasoning question. Ritika, धीरे धीरे time decrease होगा. You have to try skimming and scanning. You know, attend the sectional courses. You know, जब मैं सिखाती हूँ मैं आपको बताती हूँ. Attend the paper analysis classes. Just watch yesterday's paper analysis. You will understand how to manage time between RCs. This is a parallel reasoning question. Which of the following best illustrates? So all of these are situations in which equivalent parallel reasoning. Very good, Rahul. Come on, next one. Why, according to the passage, do principles of justice need to be based on original agreement? According to, it's a specific question. Okay, which of the following statements best represents the idea of justice as fairness as argued? Again, this is an application question or a parallel reasoning question. So, two application questions or two parallel reasoning questions. Got it? So it's a good passage, guys. I don't know, but students generally find, parallel reasoning to be difficult, but we are not that, right? We've done a lot of application questions and parallel reasoning questions, so we should be able to do this in good time. Okay, now what are we going to do? I'm going to read it with you, I'm going to solve it with you, and I'm going to show you how it should be solved. You can try it on your own later. Rahul, I'm doing it with you. Okay, a couple of these toughest RC sessions, I know, but we have, you will take 20 minutes to try it out. Okay, next time what I'll do, Rahul, is before the session, I will post the passage that I'm going to take up in the group. I will post it about half an hour in the before or probably 1 hour before in the group. You solve it and come. I'll explain, Naman. Nikhil, guys, voice is low, kya? No, I just heard it. Nikhil, ठीक है voice. आप एक बार refresh करो. Yes, Priyanshu. Always have a look at the questions first. Then you will get an idea of what nature of questions are there in the passage and how to approach the passage. Done, Naman. I will do that. Okay, pakka. Next time se pakka. Chalo, abhi I will solve this with you. ठीक है? Come on. My aim is to present a conception. My aim. So the author starts off itself with his opinion. A conception of justice which generalizes and carries to a higher level of abstraction the familiar theory of social contract. Now guys, disclaimer. This passage is dry, it is dense, it is philosophical in nature. You might not understand most of the content. Okay, but how do we attempt such a passage? This is why I've chosen this passage. A common mistake that students make is they read, reread, and they spend a lot of time on the passage. That is what you should avoid. I'll explain parallel reasoning, Naman, don't worry. Good, Rahul. Okay, now let's understand this. My aim is to present a conception of justice which generalizes and carries to a higher level of abstraction the familiar theory of social contract. In order to do this, we are not to think of the original contract as one to enter a particular society or to set up a particular form of government. Rather, the idea is that the principles of justice for the basic structure of society are the object of the original agreement. You will trust me, you will not understand this. Okay, and I don't want you to infer also, and I will not explain this also. इधर मैं समझा दूंगी, उधर कौन समझाएगा? तो कैसे grapple करना है, that I will train you. So this line is important. So इसमें original agreement, object of original agreement, original contract. Don't infer. Just understand the keywords. Just see where what are given. Passage questions पे जब आएंगे तब आके करना पड़ेगा. You should understand अभी से ही कि this passage में जितना जल्दी निपटाओ उतना अच्छा है. Questions पे ज़्यादा focus करो और फिर passage पे आओ. एक बार ऐसे skim and scan कर लो, go through कर लो. They are the principles that free and rational persons concerned to further their own interest would accept in an initial position of equality. These principles are to regulate all further agreements. They specify the kind of social cooperation that can be entered into and forms of government that can be established. This way of regarding the principle of justice is what I call justice as fairness. So it explains what justice as fairness is. Don't memorize it, don't reread it. Just understand that this para also talks about what is justice of fairness. Those who engage in social cooperation choose together in one joint act the principles which are to assign basic rights and duties and to determine the division of social benefits. Just as each person must decide by rational reflection what constitutes his good, the system of ends with which it is rational for him to pursue, a group of persons must decide once and for all what it is to count among them as just and unjust. So the group should themselves decide what is just and unjust. They are to determine the choice which rational men would make in this hypothetical situation of equal liberty. You assume that everybody has equality. Determines the principles of justice. बट राहुल आपको समझ में आ रहा है क्या, वो बताओ पहले. अब आपको कुछ कुछ समझ पर कितना टाइम दे सकते हो आप इसको डिकोड करने में. एंड व्हाट इफ यू इन्फर रॉन्ग, राहुल, बिकॉज दिस इज प्योरली एब्स्ट्रैक्ट. व्हाट इफ योर इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ दीज लाइंस आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द ऑथर्स इन्फ्लुएंसेस. कुछ कुछ लाइन हम लोग इन्फर कर सकते हैं जो क्लियर है. But if I go to sort of understand the basic structure of society or the object of the origin, you will not know because you do not know philosophy. Yeah, so you read and then come back. But then if I'm reading also, there are certain passages which are not readable in nature. I am reading it. I'm not skipping anything. I am reading it. But what I'm doing is because I'm not understanding, because I'm not able to understand the meaning, because I don't have a background in this particular topic, I'm just focusing on the keywords and just trying to understand where what is given. That's my point. I don't want you to get into the philosophy of it. You can't, Karthik. You cannot know what is correct or not. In VRC, there's no way. In justice as fairness, the original position is not an actual historical state of affairs. It is understood as a purely hypothetical situation. Among the essential features of this situation is that no one knows his place in society, his class position or social status. It's a hypothetical situation and you do not know. No one knows his fortune, his intelligence, his strength. They do not know their conceptions of the good or their psychological propensities. There's a veil of ignorance. You know there's a question on veil of ignorance. So this is important. There's a veil of ignorance. Are, thank you, Harshit. Thank you so much. There's a veil of ignorance. You are unaware. You do not know. Ignorance. Purely hypothetical situation. No one is advantaged. Which one, Harshit? Special or plus? No one is advantaged or disadvantaged. All are similarly situated. No one is able to design principles to favor his particular condition. Matlab there is no bias. So that is a fair agreement or a bargain. Now this para was easy. So I'm going to try and answer. I know Prathama, you've put people up to it. So I'm going to solve and answer. I'm going to try and focus on questions from this para. ओके बट इट डज नॉट मीन कि एक और ट्रैप बताऊं मैं आपको. कोई एक पैरा थोड़ा अच्छा लगने लगता है ना, थोड़ा समझ में आने लगता है, तो उसी को आप धीरे धीरे अच्छे से पढ़ते हो. नहीं, यू हैव टू मेंटेन योर स्पीड थ्रू आउट. Justice as fairness begins with one of the most general of all choices which persons might make together, namely with the choice of the first principles of a conception of justice, which is to regulate all subsequent criticism and reform of institutions. Our social situation is just that if it is such a, hypothetical agreements, assuming that the original, now you will not understand this. It becomes too dense after a point. It becomes too dense after a point. Now you have to decide then. You can read the last para. See, and what I'm telling you is, if it's too dense, leave what you're not able to. अब इसको पढ़ोगे, कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा, कुछ याद नहीं रहेगा, टाइम ही वेस्ट होगा ना. You have to be practical also. So this is a particular passage in which you're going to select the questions. What you've understood, bank on that. What you've not understood, leave that. If you're able to do it through reverse reading, try that. Otherwise, leave. Let's do that. Suppose I didn't understand this. Then I'll leave. I'll come here. No society can assume to be a scheme of cooperation which men enter voluntarily. Each person finds himself placed at birth in some particular position, and the nature of this position materially affects his life. Yet a society satisfying the principles of justice as fairness comes as close as a society can be to a voluntary scheme, for it meets the principles which free and equal persons would assent to. So there's no society where ignorance है. This is purely hypothetical. You know where you're placed in life, and that defines you materially as well. But if these principles are satisfied, then it is more like a society with a voluntary scheme. Done, ready. No, Shubham, it does not affect your percent. If you get it wrong, it will not affect your percentile. It's not NMAT or GMAT. Okay. Abstract topic basically, Naman, means that a topic which is not clearly defined, which is subjective. You might have a different view on it. I might have a different view on it. So philosophy is an abstract topic. No, Naman. How will you choose? I want you to choose mixed bag of RCs. Mukund, I personally do not suggest books, because then when you come online method, वो पूरा change हो जाता है. Okay, now let's come to the first question. A just society can be best described as a utopia in which everyone is equal and no one enjoys any privilege based on their existing positions and powers. A hypothetical society in which people agree upon principles of justice which are fair. A society in which principles of justice are not based on the existing positions and powers of the individual. A society in which principles of justice are fair to all. A hypothetical society in which principles of justice are not based on the existing positions and powers of the individuals. Okay, now Which two options catch your eye? Be smart about this and tell me, guys. Which two options catch your eye? हमने इतना passage detail में नहीं पढ़ा है. Then now we have to eliminate the options very carefully. Which two options are very close that we need to distinguish? Can I say it's 3 and 5? Principles of justice are not based on the existing positions and powers of the individuals. Principles of justice are not based on the existing positions and powers of the individuals. These two options are very similar. There's just एक word का difference, which is hypothetical society. Now first check whether it's a society or a hypothetical society. Because 5, 2 and 1, even utopia means a hypothetical society. Now check if it's a hypothetical society or not. Now, hypothetical situation. The society is not hypothetical. The situation is hypothetical. It should be relevant to the question. They are asking you about society. The society is not hypothetical. The situation is hypothetical. So the word hypothetical is incorrect. So the right answer option is 3. Did all of you understand this? Very easy. इतना पढ़ा भी नहीं passage, but we have to be smart. Options में time लगेगा. Next one. The original agreement or original position in the passage has been used by the author as hypothetical situation, hypothetical situation, hypothetical situation, imagined situation, imagined situation. Good, Naman. Okay, now it is a hypothetical situation, na? Okay, imagined is also close to hypothetical. अब इसको पढ़ते. Thank you, Jubraj. Now let's read this. Conceived to derive principles of justice which are not influenced by position, status, condition of the individual. Every individual is equal and no individual enjoys any privilege based on the existing powers and positions. Fairness of agreements have to be fair. Fairness is the objective and no individual enjoys any privilege. You see how close the options are. You see how close the options are. Now, what are the differences between the options? Look at this. It's to derive principles of justice. Okay. Now, original agreement or the original position. You go back to the passage and check where original agreement and original position are mentioned. It is mentioned here, the original agreement, the original or initial position. Now, read it very carefully. It says principles of justice are the object of the original agreement. So the original agreement is used to derive these principles. Object मतलब they are the objective. So original agreement का objective क्या है? They will regulate all further agreements. And no one knows his place in society, that nothing, it's not influenced by that. So a combination of these two. Now this question is not about elimination. You might have more than one option which is right, but which is the best option is one, because it's, this point is also mentioned and deriving principles of justice is also mentioned. The original agreement or original position, what is clearly given is the object of it is to regulate or govern principles of justice. So this option is most suitable because it covers this point as well. Fairness is not the objective. Did you get my point? Did you get my point, guys? So it has the part where you, the second para and the first para. Option 1 is the best summary of that idea. Clear with this? See, Mahi, I want you to understand this question. Don't fall into a trap of going with just the keywords. I'll ask you one very simple question, Mahi. Which para mentions original agreement or original position? Don't go by the whole passage. Which para mentions original agreement and original position? You tell me that. Come on. Original agreement and original position. Original agreement is here. I'll explain. Listen, Shifa. Okay, listen, Naman. Listen, Shubham. I'll explain once more. Ek baar suno. Can I say original agreement is mentioned here? I'll explain, Jubraj. And original position is mentioned here. Yes, original agreement is mentioned here. And original, I'll explain. Suno, ek baar suno. Original agreement is mentioned here and original position is mentioned here. Okay, now be very specific, huh? Original agreement. What are the points mentioned for original agreement? They will, what? Okay, original agreement. The principles of justice are the objective of original agreement. Means original agreement leads to principles of justice. Means principles of justice are derived from original agreement. They will regulate all further agreements. So सारे agreement, these principles will regulate. ठीक है, इतना उतना भी complicate मत करो. I'm just going to focus on the line where this is given. The basic structure of society are the object of the original agreement. तो original agreement वाला कर लिया हमने. अब original position वाले में चलते हैं. Original position क्या है? It's a hypothetical situation. No one knows ये सब status, society वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है, तो दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन अब हमको चाहिए. ठीक है, क्योंकि ओरिजिनल अग्रीमेंट भी है, ओरिजिनल पोजीशन भी है. तो ओरिजिनल अग्रीमेंट वाला यहाँ आ गया, डिराइव प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ जस्टिस. ओरिजिनल पोजीशन वाला यहाँ आ गया. यहाँ पे ओरिजिनल अग्रीमेंट वाला कहाँ है? वो डिराइव वाला पॉइंट. ओरिजिनल अग्रीमेंट वाला कहाँ है? ओरिजिनल पोजीशन वाला कहाँ है? ओरिजिनल अग्रीमेंट वाला कहाँ है? No one knows position, status, condition. That's not there here. That's not there here. Fairness is not the objective. Clearly given principles of justice are the objective. So ये भी गलत है. So that's why the answer option is 1. Got it now? Clear with this? Clear with this? Correct. So this is holistic. This is complete. Okay. Which of the following illustrates the situation that is choosing it behind a veil of ignorance? Justice और fairness same नहीं है प्रथम. Justice और fairness same कहाँ है? Passage में अलग-अलग used है. And don't go by your overall idea या आपका assumption about the passage. Clearly वो line देख के करो. Priya 5 p.m. Okay, veil of ignorance. Now, guys, parallel reasoning. You have to veil matlab parda. You are hidden behind ignorance. Now go through this, guys. It's a parallel reasoning question. जो passage में topic दिया है, वो किस situation पे applicable है? Okay, now listen to this. Hi, Avi. Long time. The principles of justice are chosen by businessmen who are marooned on an uninhabited island after a shipwreck but have some possibility of returning. मतलब they know their outcome. उनको पता है कि they have some possibility of returning. So इनको knowledge है. They know that they are businessmen. They know their status or position in the society. A group of school children, but you know that you are children. You know that you are in school. Businessmen. Again, you know that you have knowledge कि हम लोग नहीं आ पाएंगे. You know that you are businessmen. Hi Akshit. The principles of justice are chosen assuming that such principles will govern the lives of rule makers only in their next birth. Now, in your next birth, you will not know who you are. You will not know whether you will be a businessman or you will be a child, you will be a farmer or you will be a housewife, or you will be a teacher. What will you be? You do not know. I'm good, Akshay. I just remembered you just before you came. I'm not kidding. Honestly, I was wondering where's Akshit. I don't know. And then suddenly your message popped up. Potential immigrants, but you know that you're immigrant. Are Sachi Pratham, I'm not kidding this time. It's actually spooky. I just remembered him and his message came. Okay, but when you say that veil of ignorance is you do not know your class, you do not know your position, you do not know your place in society, you do not know your social situation, you do not know your assets, you do not know your abilities. इनका आपको कुछ नहीं पता. Now, if you're a businessman, you will know. If you're a school child, you will know. अरे don't worry अभी recording जरूर देखना. So this is the only situation in which you are truly ignorant. Now next birth you will not know who you are. Done. Okay, got it guys? Did all of you understand this? Clear with this everyone? Right, let's go to the next question. Why, according to the passage, do principles of justice need to be based on an original agreement? Social institutions and laws can be considered fair now, but you also have to understand कि कितना time लग रहा है questions पे. तो आपको passage जल्दी जल्दी निपटाना था. CD in the previous one, Naman. 3 may you still know that you're a businessman now. You know your position in the society. आपको ये तो पता है आप कौन हो, पर यहाँ तो आप पूरे ignorant हो. यहाँ तो आप पूरे ignorant हो, क्योंकि you do not know what you will do in the next birth. Okay, next one. Social institutions and laws can be considered fair only if they conform to principles of justice. They can be fair only if they are consistent with principles of justice. यहाँ पे extra word क्या है? 1 और 2 में compare करो तो is initially agreed upon. They need to be fair in order to be just. Evolve fairly only if they are consistent with the principles of justice as initially agreed upon. Compare the two. अब इसको भी compare करो, इतना close है. Evolve fairly, can be fair. Conform to the principles of justice is this question should be left in the examination. I will explain it here, but this question should be left in the examination because the options are too close to be discussed. Got it? This question should be left. Kalpesh, refer to Vocabulary Made Easy, the playlist that I have created on vocabulary. Trust me, about 10 videos here that will really help you. So that question should be left. Yes, Mahi, very good. The answer to this question is 2. Okay, got it? This question, but that's what it's going to take you so much time to search for it, and that word to word mapping is not there actually. Now, in accordance with the principles of justice initially agreed upon. So, initially agreed upon has to be there. Okay, initially agreed upon has to be there. So, we can eliminate any option which does not give us the initially agreed upon. So, eliminated, eliminated. I am going to consider 2, 4 and 5. Now, what is the difference between 2 and 5? Let's see how many of you can figure that out. What is the difference between 2 and 5? The difference is consistent, evolve, conform. Conform means follow. Consistent means they go hand in hand. Go and check. Okay, this will take you a lot of time, so best avoid this question. Meeting the stipulations. Cooperating. These words are close to consistent with. Okay, the answer option over here will be the one which gives us consistent with. Accordance with, accordance with. Okay. Listen. Can I just use this line? Can I just go with this line? एक बार ये लाइन अच्छे से पढ़ लो. Now tell me which option gives you that. Evolve word is incorrect here. What about fair? What about fairness? Conform is incorrect. Consistent with, in accordance with is consistent with, na? Consistent with is in accordance with, it's not conform. There's a difference, Pratham. See, Pratham, if I ask you to, okay, let's say Naman is coming out with a set of guidelines for a project. I say, Pratham, please make sure that your guidelines are in accordance with Naman's guidelines. So that means they match. But I'm not asking you to conform or follow Naman. Did you understand my point? The word conform here is also incorrect. Plus fairness यहाँ पे mention नहीं है. So that's why the answer option is 2. But best leave this question. You will not have this much time and this is going to cost you negative marking. When options are so close and it's not directly mentioned and it's just a wordplay of consistent and conform, best leave it. Okay. Idea of justice is fairness. All individuals are paid equally for the work they do. Guys, is this fair? Is this fair? Tell me. You just have to tell me what is fair here. Okay, आपको सिर्फ बोलना है मेरे को fair कौन सा है. Is this fair that all individuals are paid equally for the work they do? Technically, from this passage, you should have answered only the application questions. No. All individuals are paid equally for the work they do is not fair. Let's say Pratham is doing only 20% of the work and Ansh is doing 80% of the work. Why should they be paid equally? You should be paid equally only if your work is also equal. पर अंश उस साल सब ऐसे ही आरसीस थे. Which of these is fair? Justice as fairness. Everyone is assigned some work for his or her livelihood. But that's also not fair. You're assigning, but what if that person is not good at that? All acts of theft are penalized equally. No, a copying in the exam and probably a murder cannot be penalized equally. That's unfair. All children are provided with free education in similar schools. Why should you provide all children with free education? Those who can afford to pay should pay. You may think that. But guys, look at this. Similar schools, free education, all children. Now, if you say कि ये rich है, then that's your bias. All individuals are provided with a fixed sum of money to take care of their health. No, if someone has a severe disease, they should be given more money. So the fairest of them all is 4. And that's why the answer option is 4. यहाँ पे if the work is unequal, why should you pay them equally? यहाँ पे you cannot just assign everyone some livelihood randomly. I can't make Pratham, let's say, a teacher and Naman, let's say, a scientist, or Pallavi, let's say, a doctor, if they're not qualified for it. All acts of theft definitely not, depending upon the severity. Similarly, here also depending upon the severity, you should give a fixed sum of money. Na? Anybody, you go and ask anyone. Insurance लेते वक्त, medical insurance claim करते वक्त, they will give all of you equal insurance. Or if one has a fracture and the other one has, let's say, a heart attack, and you give them the same amount of money, is that fair? But Naman, understand that right to free education is given to the children. That's irrespective of their parents, na. You are bringing their parents into the picture here. You are bringing their parents. What if their parents are rich? Isn't that an assumption? Keep it at the party level. Here I'm just looking at individual work. I'm looking at this person. I'm looking at the thief. I'm looking from the perspective of the patient. Here you should look at from the perspective of the child. Why are you going to the parent? And number, why shouldn't they work? Why shouldn't they be helped equally? We are looking for, why are you going to the parents' perspective? Got it? Child tak rakho. Got it? Did all of you understand this? So the answer option over here is 4. Clear everyone? Got this? Yes. Okay, great guys. So we'll stop here for today. We'll continue in tomorrow's class at 8 p.m. Okay, guys, I want all of you to take the subscription really seriously. The offer is going to expire soon. You get 20% off if you apply the code Ritu MBA, and the Vision CAT 2023 batch starts on September 8th. But that number is again an assumption. Question level tak udhar hi tak hi rakho. The All India Mock Test for CAT 2022 October 9th, 12 p.m. without fail give it. 120 minutes, 66 questions. CAT level test. Very important to put yourselves to mocks. Download the sample notes. Enter the information. Download the sample notes curated by the best educators. Guys, you're seeing how PYQs help. So I want you to give this free PYQ tests. Free hai. Ritu MBA code lagao. The link is in the description below. I want to see all your faces, guys. That's why I'm putting in so much effort. Make sure that you make me proud by being on this wall. Special class tomorrow, guys. Special class. Yes, 11 a.m. Free live class on the Unacademy Learning app. Okay, I want to see all of you in the special class tomorrow at 11 a.m. Done, guys. Just apply the code Ritu MB and join in. We'll share the link on the group. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes, warrior, but you should take the subscription for it. Ha, Pratham. Take care, guys. Bye-bye, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll inform Chirayu. Yet to finalize it, I will inform you.